This video is about the naval Battle of Lepanto, which took place on the 7th of October 1571, just off the coast of Greece near Patras. It was a decisive victory of the Holy League over the Ottoman Empire. The Holy League consisted of the main Christian nations of the Mediterranean. The fleet was commanded by Don Juan de Austria. The fleet of the Ottoman Empire was commanded by Ali Pasha. To the background, and here we need to take a look at Venice and the Ottoman Empire. They're doing good business with each other, had trading relationships, but both countries were looking for supremacy in the eastern Mediterranean. Against this background, the Ottomans attacked the Venetian colony of Cyprus. They were successful there, but they could not take the fortress of Famagusta, which was bravely defended by the Venetians. Against this background, Pope Pius V organized the Holy League, an alliance of the Christian powers of the Mediterranean to support the Venetians. The Venetians fought, as mentioned, bravely. There were a few hundred Venetian soldiers against a few 10,000 Ottoman soldiers. But at some point the Venetians had to surrender, and they surrendered. But they were given free passage. So they thought, because when they actually wanted to move out, the Ottoman commander broke his word and enslaved, tortured, and murdered the Venetians in Famagusta. At the same time, the fleet of the Holy League arrived at Corfu. There, they received news from the fall of Famagusta and the massacre there. So, Don Juan de Austria decided, we will seek a decisive naval battle now, especially to maintain integrity within his fleet. Now, as the Christian fleet was posing a clear threat, the Ottomans decided also to attack. Both fleets met then on the 7th of October 1571 off the Greek coast. First, a look at the strength. The Ottoman Empire had superiority regarding the number of soldiers and sailors and ships, but the Christian fleet had more artillery, and here especially to mention 6 Venetian galleasses that were galleys with also side-mounted artillery. At 9:30, both sides took their positions, and there was a front line several miles long, and the order of battle on both sides were similar. There were 3 divisions on the front line and 1 reserve division to the rear. The Venetian galleasses there were positioned a few hundred yards in front of the center and the northern division. At 1000 hours, the battle started. The 2 fleets advanced. During this advance, the Venetian galleasses inflicted serious damage on the Ottoman fleet using their artillery. Then, firstly, the northern divisions clashed. The Ottomans gained the upper hand due to an outflanking maneuver to the north. Then the center divisions clashed and fierce close-quarter combat followed. In the south, the Ottomans tried to outflank the Christian ships too. That led the Christian commander there to order his ships further south and then he left a gap to the center division. This gap was a chance for the Ottomans, and they tried to exploit it. But the Christian reserve could turn the tables here and defeated the Ottomans, attacking the center division from the south. The north division of the Christian fleet could then annihilate the Ottoman squadron there, and the battle in the north was decided. The eventual decision of the battle came in the center. The Ottoman flagship directly attacked the flagship of Don Juan de Austria. But during the counterattack, the Spanish soldiers could capture the Ottoman flagship, kill Ali Pasha, and this led to the Ottoman morale going down. At 13:30 hours, all Ottoman ships in the center were sunk or captured. In the south, as mentioned earlier, the Ottomans were quite successful and they were about to wear down the Christian division there. But through victory in the center, ships were free to attack in the south, and all Ottoman ships were sunk or captured, with the exception of around 30 that fled. By 1500 hours, the fleet of the Holy League could celebrate a total victory. And this victory becomes very clear by looking at the losses. The Holy League lost around 15 ships and 7,500 soldiers, while the Ottoman Empire lost approximately 200 ships and 20 to 30,000 soldiers. Furthermore, it should be mentioned that around 12,000 Christian slaves who had to row for the Ottomans were freed. However, during the next year, the Ottomans built a fleet of comparable size, but what they could not replace was the soldiers, especially with regards to their military quality. The Holy League did not exploit its victory because there was distrust, so there are no further actions and campaigns against the Ottomans. This led some historians to say this battle was not so important after all. This is also supported by the year 1573, when Venice made peace with the Ottoman Empire and ceded Cyprus. However, I would say the Battle of Lepanto was quite significant because the Ottoman Empire has lost its nimbus of being unbeatable. And also the balance of power in the Mediterranean shifted towards the Christian countries. Now there's no thought of the Ottomans advancing further to the west. That was the Battle of Lepanto.